Hello. So last time we checked how to create a single cell using VBA, and this time we'll try to do multiple cells. I have Excel table. I'm gonna use Excel as well. So we have about 100 of cells to create, and so it will give you a good number. Let's say if you're doing 100 using VBA. So let's begin. Now you go to utilities. Let's create a new file. So once you have that done, then you can go to editor. I will change the name slightly to give it a different name so it makes sense. You start with opening up the subroutine, and then next you start with the variables. So because we are doing cell, you want to define my cell as cell element, and also now this will be a combination of 7 elements into one, combine they form a cell. So depending on how many elements you're going to combine, you should give them a number. So I call mine cell elements. I'm going to use from 0 to 7. As element. And next one, because we're working in 3D, so you can also define those parameters as well. Okay, and because we're going to loop this, so it will go one to the next, so you can also have the value for the loop. So I'm going to use X for my counter. So I'm going to define X as my integer. And also because I want the code to find the last row, so let's say this is Excel, you want it to keep looping until when it gets to the last row. So also you need to define that as well. So I'm going to define my last row. I'll put LR as integer. With that done, now you need to also connect with Excel. So but you need to define that one first. So dim Now what this shows that you don't have the Excel library. So for the first thing first, you need to add that library. So I'm going to go to tools, preference, and that one there. So now it should be showing Excel. So that is Excel dot application. Good. Then also you wanted to define different worksheet, because in Excel you have here, for example, that's worksheet to define them as well. So I'm going to call mine my sheet as worksheet. Also let me see what else we need. Yeah, also I'm going to include text as well. So I'm going to define text element. I think yeah, I think that will be enough for now. And let me think what else I need. Yeah, I think that will do. So now next part is, now you want to connect Excel to Microstation. So now this is the connector. So you want to connect VBA Microstation to Excel. So you're going to set my Excel and then you want to find the file. So you're going to use get object command. Okay, let's see, that should be the same as that one. Okay, and then also you want to now you want to make your current worksheet active. Now depending on what you want, so if you have a specific worksheet, you're going to give the name here, but for me it could be only it will look to what is actively open. So active sheet. Good. So that's fine. And now the idea is to have a cell with a text. So I'm gonna define my text size and text style. So my text height will be 1.25. Also need to define my text width. So I'm change it to width. And lastly, also want to define my justification, and this one I'll put them into the center left. So you can choose anyone you want. Yeah, let me try center bottom, okay, and see how that comes. Now the first thing you want to do is you want the VBA to find which one is the last row, like which one has data. So to find this, I'm gonna use this command. So look at my sheet cells. Now you need to start. So I'm gonna start 100 going up in the first column and find the end. Good. So I'm doing here this. So this is gonna go up to row number 1000, which is, well, that's, I think, is enough, and it's gonna go everywhere until when it get to the end, then it's gonna add 1. Okay, so that will be my last row. Now in this part, now last part we did cell creation routine. Now it will be the same, except I'm going to add the loop. Now the loop will start from here. If you haven't seen the last one, then I'll prefer if you go and see that one first, because it will make more sense. Now I'm going to start looping from here, and I'm going to use for loop. And again, I have covered the for loop in my previous creating table Excel VBA. So good. So what I'm saying here, I want the first row to begin at the second one, because the first one I have my title. So really I wanted to start from here, because here then you get the cell name, you have the X, and you have the Y. You do want it to begin from here. Okay, so it's gonna go from the second row up to the last one minus 1. So the last one will go, what this will do is gonna go up to here, but then it will go back there. So that should be exactly where we need it to be. So now we're good. So now this part here, you're gonna define your cell origin, and I want it to come from the Excel. So origin point, okay, something didn't go okay. So let me see. So we need to use that one. Sometimes it's good to just copy, and that's fine. Now you can type the X. So I want this to be, to look on my Excel. So it will be my sheet dot range. Now if you come here, you'll see the first one is my X is on B. So I need everything on B, but it will be B plus a number which is gonna change. So B is fixed, but the number is gonna change. So I'm gonna put B, but with the number which is changing. In this case, it will be, let me see. So you're gonna do like this. You're gonna say B, okay, and then you're gonna say and X. Now X here, see, so it's gonna count for X. So you're gonna count from, so the first X will be the second one, number 2, then going with 3, 4, and so forth up to the last one. So that's how so that's gonna be for the X. And for the Y, it will be the same thing, but it will go from the column C. But so I'll copy this one because it's about the same. It's small, so I'm gonna put Y here, and then I'm gonna put C there. So that will give us our origin point, but also you want the value. So we're gonna put dot value. So you want the value within the cell, same thing there. That's good. So that should give us our cell origin. Good. Now we're gonna start to create our 7 elements. So this is gonna be 4 lines. So if I show you, so I want to do, just show what I mean. So I'm gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Then 5, 6, something like that. Okay. And then the 7th element will be the circle, and then the 8th element will be the text somewhere down here. So it's about 7 element. So first I'm gonna do the lines, and I can see, let me just get a good shape. Okay, I think this is confusing. So let me get a nice rectangle. Well, square will do, and then a circle like so, and then a line there and there. Good. So you can see this point is my cell origin. Now you want the line to be a certain distance up and then certain distance to the back. That's my first point. My second will be the x will be different, but the y will be the same. Then also for second one, you want to be, so you can see you need to know how far is from there to there, which means you go upwards, then you go towards the x direction. So it will be somewhere there. Then so each line will be different. So when I do the 4 lines, then the fifth line should be somewhere in the middle, but higher, like there, then up to the bottom part, and then one going that way. Okay, so I already know what roughly want to go. So mine will be, so from there to there's about 2, and there's about 2. So for example, if I draw a line, it will be from -2 to 2. Okay, something like that. So let's begin. So once I do the first one, then I'll copy and paste and just change because it's about the same command with a small difference. So now we're gonna start first with set cell element. Let me just copy this here. Sometimes it's easier because then it will keep it the same. We're gonna copy because that whole thing is the definition. And so I'm gonna create a line. Okay, so it'll be, so here is as, so you can see that below it asks if there's any template. So for me there's no template, so I'm gonna say nothing. And then the next bit, you want to define your x and your y. So my x would be obviously from my sheet, so it's easy. I think what to do is I'm gonna copy, because it will be, so it will be this point here and then -2, then other one is this point here +2. Okay, so I'm gonna go with, I'm gonna copy, I want the x and the y, I think. So I'm gonna copy, let me copy the, I'll copy like this one. I think I want them both, so I'm gonna copy them both and put them in here. So but instead of same, you want a comma. And now so we have, so this will be at the point. So now I want that to start at -2, and then for the y it will be also -2 as well. Then z will be 0. Remember we are working in 3D, so that will be my first point. Now for my second point, it will be something similar but to the other side. So I'm going to copy this as well. I think I need to close this, so I'm going to create an element. I have to yeah, from there I need to close, because this is I'm going to close from here. It's going to close there, and then also I need to close again at the end. I'm going to close it here with a comma for my second point. So I'm going to copy the same one, just copy that up to there. I think I'm missing something. I'm missing, so this would be 0.3d xy. So I'm going to add 0.3d because this is going to be on 3D. So I need to do 0.3d from x, y, and z. Good. So something like that. So we're going to say, okay, this is going to be 3D from x, y, and z. So now I'm going to copy that up to here. There. Okay. And I'm going to use that for my endpoint. There. And also I need to close again like that. So hopefully that seems okay. Good. So now now my first point is from x is equal to and then y is -2. So I'm going from the bottom, that will be like somewhere there, 2 -2. So I wanna then go to x is equal to, but y -2 as well. So let me see. In fact, I would think I will go up, so it goes, I'm gonna start from bottom going up that way, that way, that way. Really, it doesn't matter how you do it. So I'm gonna go like this. So I'm gonna go that way, then I'm gonna go up, then I'm gonna go left, sorry, right, and then down and back here. Okay, so something like that. So I'm gonna go back to VBA. If you find this confusing, maybe you should try to draw it so at least it makes sense how it's gonna look like. But for now, so I'm gonna add +2 here. Okay, so +2, good, that should do it. So now you can see is, so here for example, let me start. So not there, I'm gonna undo. The plus was meant to be here on the x +2. Good. So okay, now to sum it up, so the x here is the x value, that's the first is x, second is y. Right, what happened? I don't need all that, I just need from there to there. Okay, so you have here, you can say create line point 3D from x, y, and z. So you need to define x, y, and z. So there to there is my x value, and there to there is my y value, and then that is my z, just 0 will do. If you're working in 3D, then you can give it a value as well. You can add z column on Excel, but this one I'm going for just x and y. And again, for my next point, you have my x, the value of the table +2, and then y, I'll keep it the same, -2. Good. So now if you want, I can close this, then at least try it and see how it looks like. Okay, so to close this, I'm gonna, let me first, so that we see if it's gonna work before we go any further. So I'm gonna then set my cell. So I'm gonna create my cell, and then I want now to do this one, you want here, for example, you want to know your origin, and then you want to know your cell name. Well, so far, yes, so a cell name. So let me see. So the first value, okay, so first value you want the name first, okay, and then you want the origin, yes. Yeah, I think that's what you did. So my cell name, it will be on column A. So you can see that's my name there. So it'll be the same, like the same formula, but um, with A in it. So I'm gonna copy that as well. And I'm gonna put A. So let me my cell name, and then also now I want my coordinate. So you want this, also you want now the parts to make the cells. Now my parts will be my cell element, so I'm gonna take that one, cell elements. So it will collect from those elements. So let's say if we have 1 to 7, then it will gather those ones. Then the last one will be my origin. So if I take this value here, because I've already defined my origin, so here it knows that what is my origin, it is that point and this point. So I just need to just copy that statement there for origin point. So I'm gonna comma and then close. So that seems to be okay. Now I wanted to add the cell on my active model, so it's gonna look whatever model is active, gonna create my cells in there. Okay, so now let me do that as well. I'm gonna add it here. So add element and then my cell. Okay, and then my cell redraw. Okay, good. So now because it is a loop and it is counting the x, so when it get to this point, then I'm gonna go to my next x. So it will be next x, and then for next number, now you need to put a counter. So I'm gonna say I is my counter, and then is equal to I plus 1. Okay, so hopefully that's gonna count, because I'm using I as a count, so I might need to add I as my integer because I'm using it as a count. So I'm gonna add one more here, and I'm gonna put I. Okay, so with that done, now let's give it a go. I think that should be able to do it. Okay, sim it didn't like that one. Okay, so what's the problem? So my cell, okay, that's meant to be an I first, because it's gonna take an I, then I1 plus 1. Let me try again. Okay, still there's a problem here. So it seems like it's to do with whatever I've done here. Let me have a look again. Give me a second. Okay, so this is meant to be cell element. I don't know how this happened. Cell element. Okay, let's try again. That looks okay. Let me see. Yeah, so that seemed to work. So at least it drew something, well, sort of. And if I hover, you can see it has given a cell number. That cell is called B48. So it is working. Now we need to continue doing what we're doing and yeah, make it better. So I'm gonna delete them. Okay, so now it is working and it is reading from Excel. So that part is good. So I'm gonna copy that one and do the other part of the lines. So I'm gonna copy it because I want 5 lines. So I'm gonna put in 5 times. Okay, so that would be, actually I want one more, I think. So I'm gonna add one more there. So then you need to change the numbers into 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's about right. And now I'm gonna look at these values here. So I have one is -2. Then I will change that to plus, plus again, minus, and this is the one coming from the middle, so it will be +0. Okay, that's fine. And then for the y, put plus here and plus there, and then that will be 0 again. Put 0 there. Good. Now I want the second point. Now there's both x and y, so that would be plus plus, then -2, -2 again, 0 and +2. That's fine. Then I have -2, plus plus, then -2, +2, and +0. So let's first have a look and then see what are we getting. Okay, I see. It's not supposed to be origin, it's supposed to be my situation. This is a mistake here. Okay, I'll try again and see. Yeah, that's perfect. That is fine. So because I copied from above and that's what happened. So and I know what the issue is. So I'm gonna remove something there. I don't need this part here. So that has to go away. So if I try again, let's see what happened. Good. So quickly it does all the 100 cells, and if I zoom in, perfect, nice shapes. And if I click here, you can see it gives you the cell name and everything is great. So now this is about 100 cells done within a click of a button. Good. So now we need to do more. Now I want to add a circle as well, so at least you know how to create a circle. This next, so I'm gonna add, so give it a space here. It will be my element 6, and also let me try to put 7 as well. Let me do 6 first, okay? So we get the same format. You do nothing because there's just no template. Then you just want your origin. Yeah, so we're gonna say origin point. Well, this is a circle, so it would be origin point, like that. And then you want the size of that, so I'm gonna put 1.25. 1.25 again, and then that's it. So this will create a circle. Now for my last part, I want to add some text as well. So I'm going to copy that and then make it a number 7. So all this will be 6 elements forming one cell. So it's going to take them at the end and add them together as a single element. Which is exactly so. To create a text, going to do application, create text element. Now the idea is it will be at that place, but you will bring it down. So b x will be the same, but you will lower the y. Okay, so I'm gonna start from there, and then I'm gonna minus the y maybe by 4, and see how that looks like. Okay, so I'm gonna copy from here for the x. I think I want the x and the y, so I think this will be fine. So I'm gonna copy that. I wonder if I can use the origin. Yeah. Let me take this for now. Okay, then we'll see if this is going to work. So I'm gonna need the x and the y. I think this is perfect. Yeah, and the z as well. Okay, so you want x, y, and z. Okay, I'm gonna copy that and paste it in there. Good. So I'm gonna keep x the same. So I'm not gonna add anything because I want it to be in the middle. But y, I'm gonna minus 4. Okay, and then you need to, because it's in 3D, you need to do root matrix 3D, root matrix. Good. So that will do the text. Well, once I fix the bugs, that is. So I need, what I'm missing here. Okay, so first of all, I need to, this is fine. This is the coordinates, but I'm missing the cell name. So I'm going to define where is my cell name, and that would be column A. So I'm going to copy that. Yeah, copy that one there up to here and paste it to the front. Let me see. I think somewhere there. Okay, so it will be column A, and that will be changing. Okay, so that seems okay. So that is my text for the name anyway. Use that one, and then once that is done, then I want to put a comma for it to pick up my x, y, and z. So I'll put a comma here. Then I need is 0.3d. So I need this one here, somewhere there. Okay, so that one, it means there's no template, and this is my actual text. Then the following is my x, y, and z. So let me see if everything is in order. I don't think I need the value, so I'm gonna take this off, and if it doesn't work, then I'll bring it back in again. So that be my x, that be my y, that be my z. So hopefully it's gonna work, and let's give it a go. Alright, so what we have here? Okay, let me just copy that rather than typing it in. Okay, let me try again. That seems okay. Quiet is good. Right, so that is perfect. So you can see it is working. However, I thought I chose center. This was sometimes this doesn't work, so I'm gonna bring x back slightly. So I don't like when it's like that. So I'm gonna bring it back maybe by 2. So let me try to bring x back by 2, and the text is here. So I'm gonna do -2. Okay, so I will delete everything and then try again. Good. Quiet is always nice. It means it says work. So good. That's great. Now it looks good. It is well in center-ish. If you click here, it gives you the cell name and the cell number and everything. It is as one block, and it's wonderful. This is 100 cells done in a second. That one. Okay, let's see it now. And as usual, if you want, you can create user form with the button. Well, so to do that, you can come to insert user form, and then what you can do, you can add a command button like that. Give it a good name. I'm gonna call it cell import. Okay, and then what you need now is to know what it is called. So I'm gonna copy that and bring it here. Then I'm gonna do call that command. Okay, now to test it, that's there. Okay, so let me close and try again. Now I'm gonna close everything first. Okay, so I'm gonna delete them. Okay, now it's empty, so I'm gonna go to my command, play. So then click there. Okay, so it is as simple as that. I hope this was interesting, and yeah, that's another video, and have a nice day.